Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just gonna be spilling the tea when it comes to what's been up, where I've been, what's going on, what we can expect in the future when it comes to this channel and my community. I have missed you guys so much. Let's spill some tea, and let me tell y'all what I'm sipping on over here. I'm actually sipping on my tea. I'm sipping on my TEAMI tea today. The 30-day detox pack came with 30 days of TEAMI colon and 30 days of TEAMI skinny tea, and that's what I'm drinking on today. I've noticed that when I have my TEAMI skinny in the mornings, it curbs my appetite through the day. You guys know that I do intermittent fasting. I have something that's going to keep my appetite in check when my eating window is closed, and this does that for me. The TEAMI colon, y'all. You guys know I'm huge on cleansing. Everything feels better, you look better, you do better, you perform better, your personality and emotional state is better when your colon is cleansed. So I've been loving the TEAMI colon tea, and they come in these little cute little like satin tea bags that I'm obsessed with. They have these cute little tumblers right now on the website. They have the all black and all white tumblers, but you know I love pink, so I got the pink tumbler. The last time you saw me, I was talking about all this crazy stuff with the COVID-19. That was the last that I spoke with my beautiful lovelies, right? Let me tell you what's been going on in between then, because a lot, a lot has changed, and for the better, you know. Yeah, there were some ups and downs, but I'll tell you about it. When that video came out, all the gyms were closed, and they were telling people to stay inside as much as possible. I was doing a lot of workouts in the house, which you know that I love to do anyway. You know, I have a whole program based on at-home workouts. Y'all, I was in the house stretching, doing the splits. You know, I usually, you know, stretch for the splits or whatever. Why did I tear my hamstring? Like, it completely disconnected. This happened, I think, the beginning of April. Do you know how devastating this was for me? Girl, my spirits were down. I had to spend weeks in my bed. This kind of was the thing that started all the changes. What's interesting though, when I was bedridden, I ended up losing 9 pounds. And this is just a quick side note. The reason that I ended up losing that 9 pounds was because I watched My 600-Pound Life. You guys know about that show? That's when the people are so big that they can't get out of bed a lot of the time. A lot of how their journeys start is, oh, I got sick, or oh, I got injured and I had to be in the bed, and then one thing led after the other, you know, one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I put on 100 and 200, 300 pounds, and I'm like, y'all know how much I like to eat. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know I've talked about my eating disorder when it came to extreme binge eating. I did not want to go back down that path. I knew that just sitting in bed day after day for weeks was gonna be a challenge for me. I knew that it was going to be. And when I was watching that show, it was like I was watching that show out of motivation to be like, this is not about to be me. I actually created a workout regimen from the bed. If you want me to share that with you, like if anybody's dealing with surgery or injury or just maybe not being so mobile, not being able to do a lot of workouts on your feet, I ended up creating a workout routine from bed that did help me keep with some of my goals and not just sit there and gain a bunch of weight. So yeah, if you want me to share my from bed workout routine with you, I could definitely do another video on that. So let me know in the comments below. While I was in bed for those weeks, I ended up doing a lot of soul searching. You know, I love Las Vegas, but I wasn't feeling like I was at my happiest there in Vegas, or like I was living my best life there at that time. It really just didn't feel aligned with the goals that I have for my life. At that time, I started to look at maybe moving to another city. I was looking at Atlanta. I've lived in Atlanta for 4 years before. I love Atlanta. I was looking at Los Angeles. I was looking at Houston. And I was looking at Denver, and actually Denver was last on my list. Once I was able to start walking again, I decided to make some visits to these different places. My mother and sisters, they stay in Colorado Springs, which is about an hour and a half outside of Denver. And I went to Colorado Springs first to visit them, loved it there, drove out to Denver, spent a couple weeks here in Denver, and I loved it here. So Yes, you guys, I moved to Denver. I feel like my spirits have been greatly lifted. I'm talking greatly lifted since I've been here. And I can do a whole other video about the power of making big leaps and changes in your life, the power of not letting fear drive the decisions you make, the power of letting desire drive your decisions. It's like one of those feelings where I feel like I have a completely fresh start. I'm in a place where everything is new to me and I'm new to everything here. I don't have any family. I've been building a friend group since I've been here. But like I said, it's like I don't have family here, but they're not too far away. And that's what I love about it. It's nothing but an hour and a half drive on a weekend. I know that a lot of people are afraid to make those leaps and moves, you know, and I think a lot of people think it's going to be a lot more expensive than it actually is. But if you have any questions about it, just let me know. I discovered something about myself that I kind of knew before, just a little bit. I have a carbohydrate intolerance, and this is mainly when it comes to the processed carbs like breads, pastas, tortillas, chips. I have an intolerance to these things. And you guys know that I've been practicing low carb eating for quite some time, on and off. And usually when I've made that decision to stay away from the processed carbs, it's been because of the way they make me look. Because processed carbs, they don't have my body looking as snatched as when I don't eat them. When I was working on, you know, packing up and moving and getting my new place situated and, you know, making all these changes in my life, I was doing a little bit of stress eating. I'll be 100% honest. Girl, I was on a pizza kick. I was eating a lot of pizza and just a bunch of processed carbs. And what I had realized was all of a sudden I was feeling sad. I was feeling unstable. I was feeling on edge. And I kept thinking, okay, is it the stress? You know, is it the stress of the whole move? Is it, you know, everything changing? Like, what's going on that I'm feeling this way all the time? It would take nothing for me just to straight go off on somebody. I didn't like that about it. I'm like, this is not me. You know, I'm way more even-tempered, and I just didn't like that feeling, honestly. And I'm not being derogatory when I say this. I honestly felt like I was crazy, like for real, like I was crazy, like I was dealing with some psychological disorder. And I don't know if it was just an innate knowing. I don't know if it was just something inside of me that just said, maybe pull back on the carbs. And when I cut back on those carbs, the change was like night and day, like almost instantly. That got me really curious. And I'm like, could carbohydrates, especially those processed carbs, could they have an effect on your emotional and psychological state? Because like I said, I was really, and I swear I'm not trying to be like derogatory or I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I was really feeling like something was mentally wrong with me. I was feeling like I was going crazy. You know what? I'm not kidding. Like, I was seriously about to call somebody for help. It was to that point. I did some research. And do you know what? I found that there are many studies, and this is actually known. I'm not sure why this isn't talked about more. They say eating carbohydrates is linked to increased anxiety, increased bouts of depression, and increased mood swings. You guys, increased mood swings, anxiety, and depression. So if you've been wondering why the heck every time after pizza night you're going off on your man and you don't want to talk to none of your friends and your mama keeps getting on your nerves, maybe it's those carbs, okay? I know a lot of us will back off of carbs for physique purposes because yes, when you don't eat a lot of carbs, your body looks way more snatched. That's a fact, okay? Now, you guys, I'm like, that's the least of my worries. Like, that has taken a back seat when it comes to the way that I'm watching the carbs that I'm eating. Now that the drive is so that I don't snap on people and so that I'm not feeling depressed or so that I'm not feeling anxious and my heart isn't beating out of my chest. Now that that's the drive, it's so much easier for me to stay away from these processed carbs, you guys. Like, it doesn't take a second thought. When somebody offers me some of these kinds of foods, it's like, nope. And I don't even feel any kind of way about it because I know it doesn't make me feel good. I know that I'm going to have to pay for it later, and so is anyone around me. Having these things is not worth me feeling like this. It's just not worth it. You might be thinking like, well, you know, I eat a lot of carbs and I don't da 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 da. it might be one of those things where it's hard to tell a fish that is wet, you know what I mean? Like, you might not know that you would be in a far better mood all the time, and you may feel way happier, and you may feel less judgmental, less critical, less on edge, less annoyed, less bothered if you backed off of those things. And maybe not everyone has as much of a sensitivity to it as I do, but what I would recommend you do is just try it out. Try it out for a few days, a week, or a couple of weeks or whatever, and just see if you can notice a difference and a change in your mood and your disposition, how you see life, how you feel in your body, your stomach, your heart, just how do you feel? I'm surprised that nobody talks about it, because if you do just a quick and easy Google search, it pulls up tons of information. It's like, this is a known thing. Your mood is going to affect everything you do. It's going to affect the way that you move at work, in your business, in your relationships. It's going to affect everything about you. And you want to make sure you set yourself up for the win. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about, you guys, is how I intend to revamp Take Care with Laura Annette, especially here on YouTube. Take Care with Laura Annette is all about self-care. What do I say at the end of every single one of my videos? And always remember to take care of yourself, right? Obviously, a lot of you follow me because of my fitness journey and the weight that I have lost, which if you're new to my channel and you know nothing about that, I'll have it linked. Self-care is about a lot more than weight loss. Like, yes, it is about taking care of your physical self, absolutely. But it's about taking care of your spiritual self. It's about making sure that you have healthy relationships. It's about making sure your environment is a reflection of a good mental state and a good spiritual state. This channel is going to start reflecting what Take Care with Laura Annette is all about. When I say take care of yourself, I want you to make sure you're taking care of yourself in every way possible. We're going to continue to talk about fitness and weight loss, but we're also going to talk about beauty and skincare. We're going to talk about the spiritual walk, you guys, and this is huge when it came to this past year, for sure. This past 12 months, my spiritual walk, you guys, has played such a huge role in all the positive changes that I've been able to make in my life, all the happiness that I've been able to accrue. Like, my spiritual walk and what I have been doing, I have a whole spiritual routine, you guys. Like, I am so excited to share this with you, like the spiritual side of self-care. We're gonna be talking about home design. I'm in a new place. I'm still decorating, so I can take you through and show you what I've done thus far. I can do like a decorate with me video. I wanna do a lot more style videos where I show you like the kind of clothes that I like to wear. Maybe I do hauls there. We're gonna talk about finances, which that is a huge piece of life, girls. If your finances ain't right, you ain't gonna be right. Okay, so we're definitely gonna talk about that. Yes, I am so excited to kind of be revamping the channel, adding things that need to be here for you guys, because self-care is all encompassing. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you so much for everybody who has checked up on me. Oh my God, I am so touched. And if you have anything specific that you want to see some videos on, go ahead, it's your turn right now. Let me know in the comments down below. What are you hoping to see? What do you think I would be good to talk about? I love you guys so much, and you know it. I'm so happy to be back. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember to take care of yourself. See you next time.